In the soft gloom of Earth's night, a sleek vessel slipped through the atmosphere, its hull silent and heat-resistant tiles dissipating the friction-generated fire. Beneath the cover of a new moon and swirling cloud cover, the craft descended towards a nondescript field in a small university town that thrummed quietly with the energy of academic pursuits and youthful enthusiasm. This town, surrounded by dense forests and punctuated with serene lakes, was known for its commitment to environmental science, a beacon of learning, making it an ideal first contact point for the alien researchers. The crew aboard the vessel was as diverse as the galaxy. Zarek, from the gas giant Sephoria, bore a tall, lanky form, his skin shimmering with a spectrum of colors depending on his mood. Mlak, a sturdier being covered in crystalline scales, hailed from the rocky Taurix system, where strength and endurance were prized above all. Then there was Elio, a sentient form of energy from Solara, encapsulated in a mobile glass orb, pulsing with soft light. Their mission was clear: to live among the humans, observe, and report back the existential peculiarities that made Earth a classified hazardous planet. As the ship touched down, the vibration of Earth beneath their feet, or, in Elio's case, beneath his containment field, was a sensation they noted with scientific curiosity. The craft, designed to be invisible to the primitive scanning technologies of Earth, nestled itself into the shadows of the vast woodland, ensuring their arrival went unnoticed by the local populace. Once the landing procedures were complete, the team activated their human camouflage, a sophisticated holographic technology that wrapped them in a visual and tactile appearance of Earth's inhabitants. Zarek chose the form of a young, athletic human male with an easy smile, hoping to blend in with the university crowd. Mlak transformed into a robust female, her height and build now suggesting a background in sports or physical education. Elio, limited by his need to remain in his orb, opted for the appearance of a foreign, advanced robotic device on a research exchange program. Their first task was to integrate into the town seamlessly. They rented a small house near the university under the guise of international researchers. The neighborhood was quaint, the streets lined with old oaks and maples, their leaves whispering stories of the seasons they had seen. The humans they met greeted them with curious but friendly nods and smiles, encapsulating the open-hearted nature of academic communities. Over the next few days, Zarek enrolled in various environmental science classes. His natural curiosity made him an instant favorite among students and professors alike. Mlak took a job at the local gym, using her position to learn more about human physiology and endurance. Elio, meanwhile, attended technical seminars, amazing the academic community with his advanced theories and insights, which he carefully calibrated to be impressive yet plausible. As they embedded themselves into the fabric of human life, their initial observations were meticulously recorded. Human social structures, their reliance on technology, and their interactions with the environment were all noted for further analysis. They observed the delicate balance humans maintained with nature, often tipping towards destruction, but always with a lingering respect and awe for the forces that shaped their world. Their evenings were spent in the privacy of their rented home, discussing the findings of the day. The living room, with its large windows overlooking a starlit garden, provided a peaceful backdrop for their debates and scientific discourse. Each discussion brought them closer to understanding why Earth, with all its beauty and life, was also a place of great danger, not just from the natural world, but from the beings who inhabited it. On their first week, the team lies awake, each in their respective rooms, pondering the dualities of Earth. Their mission was just beginning, and the depths of Earth's mysteries were slowly unfolding before them, promising revelations and risks in equal measure. The second week of the mission found the alien researchers dispersed to the far corners of Earth, each seeking to uncover the physical dangers that might classify the planet as hazardous. Zarek headed to the churning, sulfurous landscapes of Iceland's volcanoes, Mlak ventured into the depths of the Amazon rainforest, and Elio, the sentient energy being, joined an oceanographic expedition into the dark, crushing abyss of the Mariana Trench. Zarek arrived in Iceland wrapped in layers of human clothing, appropriate for the biting cold and gusting winds. His objective was to study volcanic activity and its impacts on the surrounding environment. As Zarek stood on the rim of an active volcano, observing the roiling magma and feeling the ground tremble beneath him, he recorded sensory data that his body collected: the heat flux, the concentration of sulfur in the air, and the seismic vibrations. These phenomena, though dangerous, fascinated him, reflecting a planet alive and dynamic, yet perpetually on the brink of destructive change. His interactions with volcanologists provided further insights. He learned of historic eruptions that had devastated entire communities, altered climates, and reshaped geographies. Zarek's reports highlighted the human respect for nature's power, coupled with an enduring spirit to rebuild and adapt in the aftermath of each volcanic wrath. The duality of Earth's nature, both creator and destroyer, was a theme that resonated deeply with him. Meanwhile, Mlak, camouflaged in the dense, lush greenery of the Amazon, navigated the complex ecosystem that teemed with life. Every step was a discovery, from the smallest insect to the towering trees. Everything was interconnected in a delicate balance of survival. The humidity was oppressive, and the constant buzz of life never ceased. Mlak studied the poisonous plants, the predatory animals, and the diseases that lurked in unseen microbes, all of which posed significant threats to any unprepared visitor. Her discussions with local tribes, who had adapted to and respected this environment, provided invaluable insights into sustainable living and the human capacity to coexist with danger. These interactions were carefully documented, revealing a profound understanding and respect for the biodiversity that was both Earth's boon and bane. Mlak's reports detailed the ecological threats, including deforestation and habitat destruction, that humans pose to these vital environments, highlighting the self-imposed hazards of their own home planet. Elio's exploration took him into the cold, dark depths of the Mariana Trench, the deepest part of the world's oceans. Encased in a specially designed submersible, Elio's orb glowed softly, illuminating the small space as the vessel descended past the point where sunlight dared to penetrate. The pressure here was immense, a crushing force that could obliterate any terrestrial life unshielded by technology. Surrounded by pitch-black waters, Elio used his advanced sensors to detect forms of life that thrived in such extreme conditions. Bioluminescent fish, strange creatures with enormous teeth and gelatinous bodies, floated past, adapted perfectly to their alien environment. The data he gathered was astonishing: species unknown to human science, chemical compositions of water samples indicating rich, unexploited resources, and geological data that hinted at the shifting, unstable crust of the Earth itself. His recordings captured the eerie, otherworldly beauty of the deep sea, but also its isolation and the inherent risks it posed to any surface dweller. The reports sent back emphasized the ocean's depth as a natural barrier, preserving its mysteries and protecting its denizens from human reach, yet another aspect of Earth's hazardous nature. As the week drew to a close, the team reconvened at their base, each member enriched with a wealth of new data and perspectives. Their findings painted a picture of Earth as a planet of extremes: extreme beauty, extreme danger, and extreme resilience. The evening discussions were intense and productive, as they began to piece together the puzzle of Earth's designation as a hazardous world. The natural phenomena they had witnessed were just the surface; the underlying causes, mostly stemming from human interaction with these environments, hinted at a deeper, more complex narrative. Their mission was far from over, but their initial explorations had laid a strong foundation. The Earth, with all its perilous charm and fatal allure, was beginning to reveal its secrets to the alien scholars, who were eager to delve deeper into its mysteries in the chapters to come. As the alien researchers delved deeper into Earth's natural hazards, they turned their attention to human societies, aiming to understand how the inhabitants interacted with their dangerous environment. Zarek chose to explore urban life in major cities, Mlak ventured into rural and agricultural communities, and Elio decided to examine industrial sectors where human technology interfaced with natural forces. Zarek's journey took him to the bustling streets of New York City, a hub of human activity and a showcase of their resilience and vulnerability. Amid the towering skyscrapers and the incessant hum of traffic, Zarek observed humans navigating their complex social and physical landscapes. He attended cultural events and spent time in crowded public spaces, analyzing social interactions and the collective human behavior in dense populations. One significant observation was the urban population's response to emergency situations. Zarek witnessed a fire in an apartment building, where human emergency services efficiently managed the crisis. He documented the high level of coordination and technology employed to control and mitigate such disasters. However, he also noted the psychological impact on the residents, the stress and anxiety that such events fostered, and the societal strains they revealed. Mlack, on the other hand, embedded herself in a small farming community in India, where life rhythms were dictated by the seasons and the health of the crops. She participated in the daily tasks of planting, harvesting, and tending to livestock, gaining insights into the humans' deep connection with their land and the immediate threats they faced from environmental changes. Through her interactions, Mlack learned about the challenges of droughts, floods, and pest infestations, which could devastate the livelihoods of entire communities. She observed how these farmers adapted to such adversities with traditional knowledge and modern innovations. Her reports emphasized the resilience of these rural inhabitants, their resourcefulness, and their symbiotic relationship with Earth, despite the constant threat of natural calamities. Elio chose to explore the industrial sectors, focusing on energy production facilities, including nuclear and hydroelectric power plants. These visits allowed him to understand how humans harnessed Earth's natural resources, often flirting dangerously with the planet's more destructive elements. At a nuclear power plant, Elio assessed the sophisticated safety protocols designed to prevent disasters and the high-stakes gamble of generating energy from nuclear fission. He recorded the intricate balance of safety and risk management that characterized such facilities and the potential catastrophic consequences of failure. At a hydroelectric dam, he observed the massive scale of human engineering and its impacts on the surrounding ecosystems, noting both the benefits of renewable energy and the environmental disruption it caused. As the team gathered to share their findings, they discussed the complexities of human civilization's survival strategies. They were struck by the contrast between the urban, rural, and industrial approaches to living with danger. Each environment presented unique challenges and adaptations, painting a picture of a species that was both vulnerable to and remarkably adept at manipulating their surroundings for survival. The evening was spent in their shared accommodation, compiling their data into comprehensive reports. These documents were filled with detailed accounts of human ingenuity and the precarious balance between progress and preservation. The researchers noted the paradox of human existence on Earth. Their capabilities to achieve technological marvels contrasted sharply with their capacities to precipitate ecological disasters. The alien team reflected on the dual nature of humans, as both guardians and destroyers of their planet. They pondered the inherent risks of such a dichotomy, considering how it contributed to Earth's classification as a hazardous world. Their mission was shaping up to be more complex than a mere catalog of natural dangers. It was evolving into a profound exploration of the human condition and its impact on the planet's perilous beauty. With a growing understanding of how current societies interacted with Earth's dangers, the alien researchers turned their attention to the planet's tumultuous past, hoping to glean insights into how historical events shaped human behavior towards natural hazards. Zarek decided to visit various historical sites and museums. Mlack immersed herself in studying ancient civilizations and their downfall, and Elio focused on technological advancements through the ages. Zarek's exploration took him to the ruins of ancient Rome, where he walked among the remnants of a civilization that had both mastered and succumbed to natural and human-made disasters. As he touched the weathered stones of the Colosseum, he visualized the ancient spectacles that had once been hosted there, reflecting on how these events showcased both human cruelty and communal resilience. He then traveled to Pompeii, where he studied the catastrophic eruption of Mount Vesuvius, which had frozen an entire city in volcanic ash. This site provided stark evidence of Earth's sudden, merciless forces, and how they could instantly alter the course of human history. His detailed recordings described the layout of the city, the positions of the bodies, and the artifacts that depicted daily life halted mid-motion, offering a poignant glimpse into the final moments of the Pompeian society. Mlack's research focused on the ancient civilizations of the Indus Valley and Mesopotamia. She visited archaeological digs, piecing together stories from fragments of pottery and ancient texts. She learned how these early civilizations had flourished by harnessing and respecting their natural environments but ultimately fell victim to climatic shifts and resource depletion. Her findings highlighted the sophisticated agricultural practices that had supported large populations but also made them vulnerable to droughts and floods. Mlack's reports drew parallels between these ancient issues and modern challenges, suggesting that despite thousands of years of advancement, humans continued to face similar threats from their environment. Elio, interested in the evolution of technology, spent time in libraries and universities, accessing archives that detailed human technological progress from the invention of the wheel to the development of space travel. He was fascinated by the rapid pace of innovation, particularly during the Industrial Revolution, which had both propelled human society forward and precipitated new environmental challenges. He examined the shift from steam to fossil fuels and the rise of nuclear energy, noting each phase's environmental impact. Elio's analysis showed how technological advancements often led to increased exploitation of Earth's resources, leading to pollution, habitat destruction, and climate change. However, he also documented the growing awareness in efforts to mitigate these impacts, such as the development of renewable energy sources and environmental regulations. As the team regrouped to discuss their findings, they delved into a detailed discussion about the cyclic nature of human history, the rise and fall of civilizations influenced by their interaction with the environment. They noted how historical events shaped current attitudes toward natural disasters and environmental management. The night was spent in their shared living space, surrounded by screens displaying images and data from their day's research. They synthesized their findings into a comprehensive view of Earth's history, filled with cycles of growth and destruction, innovation and catastrophe. Their discussion extended late into the night, drawing connections between past and present, and pondering the future. They hypothesized that understanding these historical patterns could provide crucial insights into managing future risks, possibly preventing other civilizations from repeating Earth's hazardous mistakes. The researchers were left with a deeper appreciation for the complexity of human survival on Earth. They recognized that the lessons of the past were vital in preparing for the future, especially in a world as dynamically dangerous as Earth. Their next steps would involve looking forward to how these historical lessons were being applied in the modern world, setting the stage for their ongoing mission to decode the paradoxes of this fascinating planet. The research was going deeper, and so were the complications. As the alien researchers continued their mission to understand Earth's perils and human responses, their presence became noticed by certain keen-eyed sectors of human society. This chapter explores the delicate balance between observation and intervention, as the alien team navigates the thin ice of discovery amidst growing human suspicion. In the hustle and bustle of New York City, Zarek's unusually perceptive questions and his keen interest in emergency response systems began to attract unwanted attention. During a routine visit to a disaster management conference, his probing inquiries caught the ear of a government liaison for national security, who found his depth of interest suspicious. This liaison initiated a covert surveillance operation to track Zarek's movements, tapping into a network of cameras and informants. As Zarek left the conference, a nondescript van followed him discreetly. His every move was monitored, his interactions recorded, and his pattern of visits to key infrastructure sites noted. The surveillance team grew increasingly convinced that Zarek was not just a foreign researcher but potentially a spy with unknown objectives. Mlack, in the quiet expanses of India's countryside, faced her own challenges. Her extraordinary physical capabilities, necessary for the labor-intensive tasks of farming alongside the villagers, began to raise eyebrows. Her ability to work long hours under the scorching sun without fatigue or the need to hydrate excessively puzzled the local people, and eventually rumors started spreading. One evening, as she helped repair a damaged irrigation canal under the moonlight, a group of local men approached her, questioning her origins and intent. The situation escalated quickly as fear mixed with superstition led to accusations of her being an ill omen or even a spirit sent to test the village. Mlack managed to diffuse the tension by feigning illness and vulnerability, thereby tapping into the community's empathy and diverting their suspicions. Elio's exploration of industrial sites had been going smoothly until a visit to a nuclear facility. His orb, though disguised as advanced but benign research equipment, started interacting oddly with the electromagnetic fields within the plant. This interaction caused a temporary but alarming malfunction in the plant's control systems, triggering an emergency shutdown. The incident led to an immediate investigation by the plant's security team. Elio, scrutinized more closely, could not entirely mask his alien nature when one of the plant engineers noticed the sophisticated design and unfamiliar technology of his orb. The incident was quickly escalated to national authorities, who began piecing together reports of other unusual activities and individuals across various locations. The incidents involving Zarek, Mlak, and Elio were soon linked together by a special task force. Realizing that these were not isolated events but possibly parts of a coordinated effort by unknown entities, the task force set up a sting operation to confront the alien researchers collectively. The researchers, aware of the increasing risk of exposure, decided to preemptively reveal themselves to a select group of human leaders in an attempt to explain their mission and its peaceful intentions. They arranged a clandestine meeting with representatives from the United Nations, providing detailed accounts of their findings and assuring the humans of their non-hostile purposes. The revelation of alien presence on Earth had a mixed reception. Some human leaders were intrigued and saw the potential for technological exchange and interstellar diplomacy. Others were suspicious and feared the implications of alien surveillance. The meeting concluded with an uneasy agreement to maintain a channel of communication while the humans decided on a formal response. The alien researchers retreated to their hidden spacecraft, contemplating their next moves. The Earth, with all its beauty and chaos, now presented a new level of danger, the danger of being misunderstood by those they wished to understand. The team braced for possible confrontations ahead but remained committed to their mission of uncovering the truths about this hazardous but fascinating world. Following the tense encounters with human authorities, the alien researchers prepared for a pivotal moment in their mission, presenting their comprehensive findings to a global assembly. This chapter explores the transformative meeting where Earth's status as a hazardous planet is dissected in front of world leaders and interstellar ambassadors, setting the stage for potential collaborative or confrontational futures. The alien team spent days synthesizing their data, aiming to craft a narrative that would be both enlightening and diplomatically sensitive. Zarek focused on consolidating information about Earth's natural hazards and human responses, while Mlak prepared a detailed report on the resilience and adaptability she observed in rural communities. Elio, with his deep insight into technological impacts, prepared a segment on the dual-edged sword of human innovation. As they finalized their presentation, the researchers also prepared for any potential backlash, understanding that the revelation of their true nature and the depth of their surveillance might provoke fear or hostility. They agreed to emphasize the objective of their mission, to learn from Earth in order to better understand how civilizations across the cosmos could live in harmony with their environments. The summit was held in a large, secure location under the auspices of the United Nations. Representatives from across the globe attended, their faces a mix of curiosity, skepticism, and outright disbelief. The session began with the head of the UN welcoming the delegates and briefly introducing the alien researchers, who took the stage amid a murmur of anticipation. Zarek was the first to speak. Using a translator device, he eloquently described the team's observations of Earth's volatile natural environments and how these shaped human societies. He presented vivid images and videos of volcanic eruptions, typhoons, and floods, alongside data on human casualties and economic damages. His report highlighted both the awe-inspiring and the fearsome aspects of the planet. Mlak followed, her focus on the human spirit of resilience. She shared stories from her time in the Indian countryside, showcasing how communities there thrived despite frequent adversities. Her presentation included statistical analyses of agricultural productivity in the face of changing climate patterns, and how ancient knowledge combined with modern technology could provide lessons for sustainable living. Elio concluded the presentation with a critical but fair overview of human technological advancements. He discussed the environmental costs of industrial progress but also highlighted innovative solutions like renewable energy and waste recycling that were paving the way for a more sustainable future. His segment was technical yet accessible, designed to foster understanding rather than fear. The reaction to the presentation was mixed. Some delegates were visibly moved by the stories of human endurance and ingenuity. Others were more concerned about the implications of having been observed so closely by extraterrestrial beings. Questions ranged from inquiries about the researchers' home planets and technologies to demands for assurances that no other alien activities were taking place on Earth. In a particularly poignant moment, a delegate from a small island nation affected by rising sea levels asked for advice on community resilience, highlighting the potential for positive engagement. This opened a dialogue about how Earth could benefit from interstellar perspectives on environmental management and disaster preparedness. The summit concluded with a resolution to establish a formal communication channel between Earth's governments and the alien researchers. It was agreed that this would facilitate an exchange of knowledge and strategies for dealing with planetary hazards. The researchers were invited to participate in a series of closed-door sessions to further explore collaborative projects. As the researchers left the stage, they felt a cautious optimism. Their mission had not only revealed the complexities of Earth as a hazardous world but also opened possibilities for mutual learning and cooperation. As the summit concluded and the alien researchers prepared for their return journey, they found themselves reflecting on the profound experiences and the unexpected bonds they had formed during their time on Earth. This chapter explores their final days on the planet, their concluding observations, and the legacy of their visit as they ready themselves to depart from a world that was now slightly less mysterious but infinitely more intriguing. The team spent their last few days visiting the friends and colleagues they had made. Zarek revisited the university town where they first landed, saying goodbye to the students and professors who had taught him much about human courage and curiosity. He attended one last lecture, this time not as a student, but as a guest speaker, sharing his own perspective on interstellar environmental studies without revealing his true identity. Mlak returned to the Indian village where she had been embraced as a part of the community. She participated in a local festival, helping to decorate the village and taking part in the traditional dances. Her goodbye was emotional. The villagers, unaware of her true nature, expressed hopes that she would return someday to continue her research. Mlak promised to carry their stories with her across the stars. Elio, meanwhile, visited the engineers at the nuclear facility one last time. Having come to respect his vast knowledge, the engineers had grown fond of Elio, considering him a peculiar but brilliant mind. They exchanged ideas on energy sustainability, and Elio left behind a set of advanced theoretical models for safer nuclear fusion reactors, his parting gift to help advance human technology responsibly. On their last night, the team gathered at their hidden spacecraft, overlooking the Earth from a quiet, secluded field. They shared their personal experiences, each story shedding light on different aspects of human life and the planet's challenges. Zarek spoke of resilience, having seen communities rebuild after disasters with a strength he had seldom witnessed on other worlds. Mlak talked about harmony, how she had seen humans live in balance with nature despite the occasional falter. Elio discussed innovation, praising the creative solutions humans had developed to face environmental and technological challenges. As they shared their insights, they compiled their final report. This document was more than a simple mission summary, it was a testament to their changed perceptions about Earth. They debated what recommendations to make to their home planets. Some argued for Earth's quarantine to preserve its unique culture and biology, while others suggested promoting it as a case study in overcoming environmental adversity. The departure preparations were bittersweet. The researchers felt a mix of relief to return home and a pang of sadness at leaving a planet that had surprised and challenged them in so many ways. They loaded their ship with the last of their equipment, each item carrying memories of their earthly adventures. Before lifting off, they transmitted their final report back to their home planets. They then sent a message to their Earth contacts, thanking them for the knowledge and friendship provided, and promising that while they must go, the connections made would not be forgotten. As the spacecraft lifted off, Leaving behind the only Earth many humans would ever know, the alien researchers carried with them a new understanding of the planet, dubbed a death world by others, but seen as a vibrant testament to life's tenacity by them. Their journey had changed not just their own lives, but potentially the interactions between Earth and the interstellar community. They left behind a legacy of mutual respect and proposed partnerships, hoping that the exchange of ideas would continue to flourish long after their departure. As the ship fades into the night sky, a speck of light ascending towards the stars. The researchers looked back one last time, their thoughts a mix of countless memories and the hopeful anticipation of sharing them. Their mission had started as an investigation into Earth's hazards but ended with a profound respect for its inhabitants' spirit and tenacity. This would be the message they would carry home: Earth, with all its dangers, was a place of immense beauty and even greater courage.